We're going to start off tonight's video with me looking out for my peeps, as I like to do. As I'm coming around, see one of my peeps being harassed by another opponent, and I'm going to come down and try and help protect them a little bit and make sure they make it to the gate alive. Well done, LNHB, right? Leaves no hero behind. Okay, that's our intro. Let's get into the action. So Red had just taken our northeast camp. I'm a little bit behind the pin here, but I'll catch up quickly thanks to the Warclaw pounce, and we're going to come in and do what we do. Obviously I want to start with some reflex and stability. Don't forget, you guardians out there, you heal into your dodge roll, so make sure you're making good use of those, not only to avoid damage but to add healing to your ally, especially in the middle of one of them bombs. And this is, yes, unfortunately, it's a boon ball grind. But we prove victorious, and so of course what you do is just keep circling around, keep pushing them, trying to split them a little bit. Of course we have, if you look at, you see a lot of boon rip going on. If you look at my arc DPS on the right, which is good. I will give these guys credit for being able to ball up appropriately, but that's how we do. We just keep cutting little pieces off, dropping them, and just whittling them down. Satisfying to finally win, but boy, it is a grind, let me tell you. And right there, it's so hard. I'm walking past a guy that's down. I so want to start reviving him, but remember folks, if you're the healer, you really want to be careful when you do that and really let someone else do it that's not keeping your party standing tall. And of course they have some pulls going, but that's okay. They don't have enough of their DPS left to bomb, because boon balls, as you know, they like to pull people in, bomb their feet, and make them feel like they just got one-shotted. This was a good night though. Got more practice back on Healbrand. Now here's a question. In PvE, especially like doing raids, they'll call it HP for Healbrand, but I hear people call it Firebrand for the World vs. World. What's the difference, and what should I be calling it in each setting? Alright, here we go. Red form up for a fight. They were going to our left. We're going to circle around to the right. Again, you look, we're trying to hit them in the middle and maybe grab the tail a little bit. It's the same group. Although this fight didn't last as long, you're going to see just as we're finishing these guys there, they got a few more stragglers trickling in just a minute too late, but we'll take it. Okay, remember, dodge rolls, they're your friend. And of course, if I don't say it in this video, you won't know who I am. I'm a big fan of Tome 1-3 and of the Spear. Some of the best tactics and skills that the Guardian has access to, other than stability, of course. Okay, and now we're gonna continue to chase these guys down, hopefully get a couple extra bags. See a couple other people using Tome 1-3. That's awesome. And I'm gonna use it right here, which pulled those guys back just enough that we could catch them. So it's got many uses, and I'm just a big fan of it, of course. Alright, that done. Next up, we had a smaller blue group on Bay. These guys are actually really good. Knew their boon ball skills well. So it'll take us a bit to kind of bring them down. And then you'll see in another clip after this, they're going to form up for another fight out in front of Bay. But they are a smaller group, you know, definitely want to call that out. Just, you know, even though they're opponents, you know, it's okay to say that they played well, because they did. They're very good about staying on whoever their tag was, nice and tight, because you got to do that if you're going to survive. Great drop of the bubble there by our Spellbreaker. Beautiful. And I think that was the beginning of the end right there. well placed. And of course, everybody doing boon rip again. Look at the right side of my screen on the arc DPS, the bottom graph. That's all boon rips. And of course, you look at the middle graph, cleansing on a Healbrand. They do some, but they're not your cleansers. That's more for tempests and scrappers and such. Alright, so they're back. Wanted a challenge. I mean, you can see they're not a very big group, but they played well. Even the mobility together was really good. And just look at all the stuff they're throwing down for a bomb. So they had good stability because I kept trying to do stuff to drop that and really couldn't do it. And we're not going to give chase. They came, they clashed. Have a nice day. Alright, this was good. So if you watch my minimap, you're going to see red dots as I sniff in a second on the other side of the gate across from us, kitty corner. You're going to see the portal open up just as we're preparing to go after them through a veil. Watch behind on the right of the screen. Veil goes down, see the portal open up. So we were able to grab their tail bits right here. And then, as the other guys are coming around, we're going to smash into them that way as well. And here we go. We're going to push. Circle out and around a little bit. There we go. And now it just becomes a mess. Tome skills are great. Stability, dodge, get all that jazz going. What I gotta say is thanks to supports in general and specifically my subgroup that are also in there with me that allow me to be able to pause and use Empower for healing and might without getting dissolved. Right, another well-fought battle. Okay, red was kind of run the other side. We're going to do a little peekaboo action first, and then we're going to go ahead and push around and smash him up against the wall like a wave of the ocean against the rocky bluff. Alright, here we go. You see we're avoiding their bombs, taking a wide turn, and then we're going to push right into them. They're going to try and push out. Well, they are going to push out right here through that narrow opening. If I were them, I probably would have gone around and went through the archway or up onto the platform, forcing us to come to them, but that's okay. I'm not leading their group. They can do whatever they want. In fact, I appreciate this. Gave us some more bags. That's again the beauty of being the armchair quarterback. When I'm watching this video and editing, I could see different tactics I could learn to use in different spots because I have the privilege of just being an observer and have a third-person perspective. And you gotta say, making these videos I think has made me a better player. Being able to see things happen and see, like you've seen in my past videos, I cancel cast stuff and those sorts of things. Now I can figure out better ways to use the terrain because there's no pressure. So for those that want to get better, even if you're not like looking to produce stuff, try recording a video of yourself sometime and just watch the fight replay. I mean, why do you think sports teams do it? Because then you can see things that you could have changed, things to pick up on, different nuances of how someone might set up or where they might run a play. Great drops, by the way. Look at all those wins. Look at all those boons we're ripping. That is dynamite, and they're going to jump off the cliff. Bye-bye. Alright, this was good. Red was, it was funny, they were gathering the nodes on the way in. They're veiled, they're coming across. And we're going to get away from the edge so they don't pull us down. We're going to get some lines up. Maybe drop some reflects in a minute. Then we're just going to cannonball right over the edge here. Here we go. That way you circle around, they get pinned either up against that wall, which they did, or choked on the bridge. Some are going to try and jump off. And then of course, once these guys are done, we're going to drop down on top of them. Like a Rocky the Flying Squirrel. Bonus points, whoever knows what that's referenced to. Also means you're as old as I am, if not older. Bonus points, anybody in the comments that knows this, tell me who his buddy was. And if you can do the voice too, A+. Alright, here we go. We're not going to let them get away free. Alright, now we're just in cleanup mode. Alright, surprised them here. They're setting up again and totally took them by surprise. So this isn't even a boonball grind. This is just steamrolling and just leaving bits and pieces behind. Great, more bags, thank you. Alright, here we go. This is a point where you can see I said we're going into raid mode. My spelling's awful when I'm playing. So we were trying to steal this before this huge group came in to stop us. So I swapped to my quick brand build for raids. And you're going to see me and a couple other people really help melt this down. I mean, everybody did, but you see on the DPS meter on the side. Probably could have been better if I was prepared sooner, but either way we get this done. Watch how close we get this lord down to when they start coming in. And the cool part is I had just enough time to switch back to heal so I can still support my group if a huge Zerg came in. So boss goes down and watch me quick change my build on the left there. I'm waiting for it to come out of combat. There it is. Done. Just in time. So it's kind of cool, when you can be flexible like that for your group, it really can mean the difference between winning and losing a fight. Not that it all hung on me, but that was a big help for me to be able to swap between the two to ensure the keep lord went down quickly and then to go back to support just in time to keep my peeps standing up. Although if I had enough, when I very well may have had enough supports, I could have stayed quick brand and just really been one of the DPS bombers, but that's not what I was asked to do, so I am going to heal. So you see we're going to keep pushing these guys. Yeah, the second group coming in. Hey, when I do that, that wasn't intentional. I meant to go into something else before empowering. You get stuck in that animation lock, but it worked out. Alright, I'm going to stand out here just trying to prevent any other traffic. I'll take one for the team if that's what it takes to get that ring capped. And we capped it. So, that was a fun, eventful night. Great job, everybody. We had a great run. Unfortunately, War was on a different map than us tonight just because things were a bit janky when we jumped in. But that was okay. I think we did well. I hope War had a good night. Hope you had a good night. I had a good night. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a most excellent day.